Hello and welcome to an all-new edition of the Sports Stove Draft Show on the Sports Stove Media Network, partnered with Belly Up Sports. And boy, do we have a program for you. We have been going through each position group, and today we get to the edge. And the edge is an incredibly deep position this year in the 2026 NFL Draft with bukus of names to know. Especially in the early rounds of the draft this year. Today's episode is presented by Righteous Felon Jerky. Join the flavor revolution at righteousfelon.com. And as you pick out your new favorite flavor, whether it be bootleg and barbecue or the bourbon Franklin or maybe foul Capone or soul survivor or Darth Garlic or whatever it is, you find it on righteousfelon.com. You put it into your shopping cart. When you go to checkout, you use the code STOVE15. That's STOVE15, and you're going to get 15% off your order each and every time you order. It's a wonderful deal. Make sure you follow us on social media at Sports Stove, Twitter and Instagram, as we have all kinds of football opinions out there. Every Thursday, we have a live show called the Sports Stove Football Show. My dad joins me for that, and we discuss NFL and college football topics and pick games and so on and so forth. And then we have these special episodes, the Sports Stove Draft Show, that air exclusively video-wise on the Sports Stove YouTube channel, And the audio is always available on the Sports Stove Football Show podcast. So if you've missed past position groups, we've done all the offensive position groups. We did the D-line as well. And now we are here at the edge position. So we're going to be talking about in detail about 10 guys today on this episode. There are more names than that you need to be aware of, but we're going to talk about 10 guys today on the edge for the 2026 NFL Draft. So let's get it started with Reuben Bain, edge out of Miami, 6'3", 275, his third year as a Hurricane. And this year already, 28 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 1 interception. Now, this episode is coming out before the games at the 1st of November. So be aware of that. There could be more stats if you're listening it to us after the 1st of November. But Reuben Bain has been amazing. He's a very polished player, a very explosive player. His hands are very, very good in leverage. He might have the best hands in the draft when it comes to the edge. A really great first step and a low center of gravity, so he keeps that balance and gets good leverage on guys as he's rushing as well. He is shorter than most edge rushers, not by a ton, but still not quite as tall as some. He is not great in coverage. He's an edge rusher, so let him rush the edge. Not long arms. Comps could be Elvis Dumervil or Yannick Ngakoue. In the NFL, kind of give you an idea of body type and things of that nature as well. Reuben Bain's had a really good season. He's definitely stood out so far this year as Miami's had a really great season to this point. And Reuben Bain's made the most of the opportunities that he's had. He's number 1 on my list currently. Number 2 on my list is T.J. Parker from Clemson. T.J. Parker is a guy that I had number 1 in the preseason. Still have him number 2, so I still like him a lot. The year for Clemson has not gone well, but Parker is a really, really good player. 6'3", 265. Last year had 11 sacks and 6 forced fumbles. So far this season, he has 24 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 fumble recovery so far this season. Very good technique. He wins with speed and power. He's got that good balance as an edge rusher. He leads with energy and emotion, sets the edge really, really well, and has low pad level also. He's not a freak athlete, though. Where he has speed and power, he's still not really the great, freak of an athlete that we've seen by some edge rushers as of late, especially. Some player comps for him. Brandon Graham, I think, is probably the better of the comps. Aiden Hutchinson, he's been compared to by some. I think Brandon Graham is really a good comp for T.J. Parker. So watch out for him. He's number 2 on my list. Number 3 is Keldrick Falk from Auburn, 6'6", 285, his third year at Auburn, coming off a really good season last year where he had 7 sacks. So far this year, 20 tackles, 2 sacks, on the season thus far. He has a lot of high upside traits, multiple techniques. He's very, very skilled. He has that NFL body at 6'6", 285. He looks the part of the NFL edge rusher. He's pretty solid against the run. He sets the edge well. It doesn't kind of overreact or overrun things. He acts a little older even than he is, and that's good in my opinion. He does need to improve in his finesse moves a bit. The power is kind of where he makes the most of his work happen. And could use some improvement on that first step. Carlos Dunlop is a good comp for him. If you remember Carlos Dunlop, someone currently in the league, maybe George Karlaftis would have a similar play style as well. But Keldrick Falk comes in at number 3 on the list. Number 4 is David Bailey. David Bailey in my preseason was pretty far down. He was in my rankings, but kind of far down on the list. I think he was around 10 or 11 in the preseason. I've got him at number 4 currently. He's at Texas Tech this year. He played 3 years at Stanford. And so far this season, 25 tackles, 10.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. David Bailey's doing it all this year. 6'3", 250. He's not that large and in charge kind of edge rusher, but he's doing great things. Last season at Stanford, he had 7 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles. Already 2 forced fumbles this year as well. 10.5 sacks. He's one of the top in the nation right now of getting to the quarterback. One thing I look at is you got Reuben Bain in Miami, TJ Parker in Clemson, Keldrick Falk at Auburn, and then you got Faulk at Texas Tech. The competition is slightly different. The Big 12 is good. There's plenty of good teams in the Big 12, and there are a couple good tackles in the Big 12 too. But David Bailey has taken advantage of his opponents so far this season for those 10.5 sacks. He's got my attention at number 4 on the list. Next up is Cassius Howell from Texas A&M. He's really intrigued a lot of people so far this season. Last year had 40 tackles. This year he only has 16 so far in the season, but he has 10 sacks. He had 9.5 in his last season at Bowling Green back in 2023. He's already surpassed that, set a new career high so far this season at A&M. 10 sacks, but only 16 tackles. He's not doing a lot other than the sacks as far as in the stat categories as well. He's bendy, has a good first step, a lot of speed and finesse in his rushes. One of those high motor, high effort players, chases plays down typically as well. He does need some help in the run game. He is a heavily emphasized pass rusher at this point. A couple comparisons could be maybe a lighter version of Hassan Reddick, Ian Harold Landry, maybe, and those effects as well. A couple of names to kind of help you get an idea of who Cassius Howell is. Next up is another Texas Tech player. We talked about David Bailey already. Romello Height from Texas Tech has bolstered onto the scene here in 2025. He's 6'3", 235, so smaller build. And he's in his 4th school, which I don't love. When it's coming to the draft, transfers happen. It's part of life these days. But 4 different schools is a lot to me. He played at Auburn in 2021. Injuries, they did not play in 2022. USC is where he played in 2023. Georgia Tech last season. And now he comes to Texas Tech in 2025. 19 tackles so far, 5 sacks, 1 forced fumble on the season. And he's just, again, he's getting to the quarterback. He's not doing a lot of other things statistically speaking. His run game defense definitely needs to improve. There's not a lot of production, I guess, pass production to go on. Last season was decent, 34 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a pick. But we're talking about first and second round edge rushers. I need to see a little bit more out of him still. But I like where he's headed. His trajectory is really good. I think he's going to measure really well when it comes to the workouts here in the off season. Next up is R. Mason Thomas from Oklahoma. This guy had a lot of talk coming into the season as well. He's in year number 4 at Oklahoma. 6'2", 249. So far this season, 22 tackles, 5.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. He's pretty much already up to his numbers from last year. He did have 9 sacks last year, but his tackles are pretty much the same as well. Really coming on strong here, having a good season. Big game against Tennessee this week will be another opportunity for him to showcase what he's got. And we really like our Mason Thomas and like what he's doing so far this season. All right, number 8, I have Joshua Josephs from Tennessee. Last year, good season at Tennessee, 39 tackles, got a sack and a half and 3 forced fumbles. And but he's kind of overshadowed last year. This year, he is the guy, and he's done well with it. 6'3", 240. He has 29 tackles, 4 sacks, another 3 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries to go with it. So 2 straight years of at least 3 forced fumbles here for Joshua Joseph. He's doing it all for Tennessee. You're seeing him get to the quarterback. You're seeing him set the edge. You're seeing him chase down people as well. Joshua Joseph's playing good football. I like him sitting here at number 8 on the edge rusher list. I'm a Tennessee fan, so I'd like to see him higher, but we got him at number 8 right now. Number 9 is Illinois'. Let's see here. Sorry, I got to find my Gabe Jacus from Illinois. And there he is. All right. 4th year at Illinois. Last season, amazing season. 74 tackles, 8 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. He's 6'3", 275. So far this season, 27 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He has at least 1 forced fumble in each of his last 3 years. Gabe Jacus is a great edge setter. He's got just a great job out there on the edge. He has good use of his hands. He clubs, he rips, all those kinds of good things. He keeps the offensive line hands off of him as he's rushing. Very powerful and incredibly durable up to this point in his career. He is a little rigid, not explosive, not a whole lot of finesse or counter moves. It's very much power-oriented again. Comparison, modern-day comp, John Franklin Myers, who's been around the league now for a few years. Again, big guy, powerful guy. He fits the NFL. 6'3", 275. He fits the NFL. He'll do just fine. From there. All right, number 10 is the Oregon edge rusher, Matayo Ugalelei. I always screw that up. 6'5", 270 in his 3rd year at Oregon. So far this season, 14 tackles and 4 sacks. Last year was his breakout year, 10.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He even had a pick last season. This year, Oregon's still winning football games, and Matayo here is a little slower coming on than we anticipated, as was true with a few different people this season. But he's versatile. Again, a good edge setter. He's actually pretty solid in coverage. So he does well both rushing and jumping back as well. Very fluid and explosive. He does have physical dominance as well at 270 and 6'5". He's good. He is raw. Even coming into this year off of the big year last year, he relies on his natural strength. He can be a little late reading what's going on in the backfield, especially with those RPOs. So we'd like to see him play a little lower as well. His comps would be Jadeveon Clowney or Zadarius Smith would be his NFL comps this year. Again, great size. He's right there. All kinds of talent, but just that rawness needs to be corrected a little bit or grown a little bit. He needs to find some maturity there in that position as well. So we had some other guys. Tyreek Sapp in the preseason really hasn't done what we wanted him to do out of Florida. Anto Saka from Northwestern, not loving what we've seen out of him so far. Patrick Payton, who transferred from Florida State to LSU, there's issues there too. I do like Derek Moore out of Michigan, 6'3", 256. He's got 22 tackles, 6.5 sacks, a forced fumble so far this season. I would not be surprised to see him jump up the rankings here pretty soon as well. So, and we're trying to keep an eye as well on Dennis Sutton from Penn State. Interested to see kind of what he can do coming into the year. Thought he was going to be dominant, and he's not been. We want to just see more out of him as well. So we'll continue to look at the edge rushers. There's a lot to talk about. I've got some of my notes here. Let's see here. We talked about 10, and I think there's probably another 8 or 9 more we could have discussed as well. LTA Overton, we talked about at the end of our D line segment last episode. I'm interested to see where the NFL wants him to play. I think he's less of an edge rusher and more of a D end personally. So that's why we included him in the last episode, but I got to keep an eye on as well there too. So that's the edge rushers. There's plenty to discuss, and we will talk about them much more. Here's what we got going on in these Sports Stove Draft Show episodes. We've got linebackers, cornerbacks, and safeties still to complete. Then after that, we'll have our top 100 big board and our midseason mock draft for the NFL 2026 draft coming up next week. So lots of episodes still coming, and hopefully you're enjoying them and watching them. If you're watching us on the Sports Stove YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel. That would help us out. Any kind of likes, comments, anything like that, we'd love to have as well. Feel free to drop some names that you're interested in, maybe guys that you'd like to hear more about, that we can do some research on and cover in future episodes as well, because we're giving you draft coverage from now all the way through the 2026 NFL draft. And one of the ways that we have the energy to do this is by snacking on Righteous Felon Jerky. They've got beef sticks as well as jerky, and I love their jerky. I'm a jerky fiend. I've had the homemade jerky. I've bought all the different flavors, all the different brands over my life, and I love Righteous Felon Jerky. My favorite flavor is the bootleg and barbecue. It's got a little bit of heat to it, as well as the sweetness of the barbecue. It's phenomenal. So make sure you check that out, righteousfelon.com. The promo code is STOVE15. You get 15% off your purchase. Then follow us on social media, on Twitter and Instagram, where the handle is @SportsStove. And we got all kinds of football comments going out there as well. All right, that's it for the Edge episode. We'll be back next time with linebackers and some really good inside linebackers to discuss. So we'll be talking about them next episode as well. Thanks for tuning in to the Sports Stove Draft Show. Make sure you catch our Thursday show. It's live every Thursday, the Sports Stove Football Show with college football and NFL picks each weekend, as well as the latest news and coverage there as well. All right, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.